Bismillahirrahmanirrahim and Assalamu alaikum. Dear students, in today's lesson we will talk about the different stages of the mitotic cell division. First of all, we will see that what is the cell division and what are the various types of cell division. Most of the cells of the human body undergo cell divisions, the process by which the cells reproduce themselves. There are two types of the cell division. These are known as the somatic cell division, which is the mitotic division or the mitosis. And the second type of cell division is the reproductive cell division, which is also known as the meiotic division or the meiosis. First of all, we will see the details of the somatic cell division. A cell undergoes a nuclear division called the mitosis, the cytoplasmic division called the cytokinesis. These two processes produce two genetically identical cells, each with the same number and the kind of chromosomes as the original cell. So these are the specifications of the somatic cell divisions or the mitosis. Somatic cell division replaces dead or the injured cells and adds new ones during tissue growth. And second type of the cell division is called the reproductive cell division or the meiosis. So it is the mechanism that produces gametes, the cells needed to form the next generation of the sexually reproducing organisms. This process consists of the special two steps of the divisions called the meiosis, in which the number of chromosomes in which the nucleus is reproduced by half. So whatever type is the cell division, it is the important phase of the cell cycle. The cell cycle is the series of changes a cell goes through from the time it is formed until it is reproduces. The two major periods of the cell cycle are called the interphase, in which the cell grows and carries on the usual activities, and the second phase of the cell cycle is called the cell division or the mitotic phase, during which it divides into two cells. Here you're watching the cell cycle and its various phases. The interphase, which is divided into the G1S and the G2 phase, while the second phase is called the division phase, in which cell undergoes division either by the mitosis or by the meiosis. So this is the cell cycle. So first of all, we will see that what is the interphase. During the interphase, the cell replicates its DNA. It also produces additional organelles and the cytosolic components in the anticipation of the cell division. Interphase is the state of the high metabolic activity, but cell does not grow. Interphase consists of three phases. These are called the G1 phase, S phase, and the G2 phase. In the G1 phase, it is the interval between the mitotic phase and the S phase, while the S phase, which is also called the synthesis phase, DNA replication occurs, and in the G2 phase, it is the interval between the S phase and the mitotic phase. So there is also additional phase which may undergo cells, which is called the G0 phase, in which the cells that remains in the G1 for the very long time, perhaps destined never to divide again. Now we will see the different stages of the mitosis. Mitosis, as noted earlier, is the distribution of the two sets of chromosomes into two separate nuclei. The process results in the exact partitioning of the genetic information. The process is divided into four stages. These are named as prophase, metaphase, anaphase, and the telophase. First stage is the prophase. During the early prophase, the chromatin fibers condense and shorten into chromosomes. The condensation process may prevent entangling of the long DNA strands as they move during the mitosis. Here you are watching the different processes of the mitosis first stage, which is called the prophase. Now we will talk about the second stage of the mitosis, which is called the metaphase. During this phase, the microtubules of the mitotic spindle align the centromeres of the chromatid pairs at the exact center of the mitotic spindles. This, this midpoint region is called the metaphase plate. Here you're watching how the chromosomes align themselves at the equator of the cell, making the metaphase plate. The next stage is the anaphase. During this phase, the centromeres split, separating the two members of each chromatid pair, which move towards the opposite poles of the cell. Once separated, the chromatids are termed chromosomes. As the chromosomes are pulled by the microtubules of the mitotic spindle during the anaphase, they appear V-shaped. Here you're watching how the centromere splits and how the chromatids or the daughter chromatids separates themselves, reaching towards the poles of the cell. The last stage of the mitosis is called the telophase. The final stage of the mitosis, telophase, begins after the chromosomal movement stops. The identical sets of the chromosomes, now at the opposite poles of the cell, uncoil and revert to the thread-like chromatin form. A nuclear envelope forms around each chromatin mass. Nucleoli reappear in the identical nucleoli, and the mitotic spindle breaks up. So here you're watching how the the karyokinesis completes its phases, and now the cytokinesis will appear, which is just the division of the cytoplasm. And after the cytokinesis or the division of the cytoplasm, the cell is finally divided into the two daughter chromosomes. So these all are the stages of the mitosis. Thank you and Allah Hafiz.